Barry Manilow is opening up in a way fans rarely get to hear. After a frightening hospital experience that forced him to slow down and reflect, the music legend is now sharing what may be one of the most personal chapters of his entire life. And what he says is both heartbreaking and inspiring. For Barry, the hospital stay was more than just a health scare. It became a moment of deep reflection. He admitted that the entire experience made him stop and ask himself the kind of questions most people try to avoid for as long as possible. Had he done everything he wanted to do? Had he made people happy? Had he been a good friend? Those questions hit hard, especially coming from someone who has spent decades bringing joy to millions through music. And as emotional as the moment was, Barry could barely talk about it without getting choked up. He revealed that while his voice is coming back and his energy is slowly returning, he knows he is still not where he needs to be. And that has been incredibly difficult for him to accept. Barry explained that the kind of shows he performs demand real stamina. They are full of life, full of emotion, and full of energy. And right now, he knows he could not make it through a full 90-minute performance the way he wants to. For someone who has built his life around the stage, that reality has been painful. He didn't hide that frustration either. He said it is sad not being able to do what he loves the way he has always done it. Even when friends come to perform with him, he feels the difference. His spirit wants to get back out there fully, but his body is still catching up. But in the middle of that struggle, Barry found something beautiful. He said the outpouring of love from fans during that difficult time completely overwhelmed him. He had no idea so many people cared so deeply, or even realized he was still such a meaningful part of their lives. The letters, the messages, the kind words, all of it helped carry him through what he described as the deepest chapter he has ever had to face. He admitted it should have been only a horrible experience, and in many ways it was. But because of those people, because of those notes, because of that support, it became something he could endure. And that is where Barry Manilow's story becomes even more powerful. Because even after everything, he still knows exactly who he is. He made it clear that, above all else, he sees himself as a musician. Not just a singer. Not just a performer. A musician. That identity has never left him. He said musicians like him need to work. They do not just sit around. They go back to the keyboard. They keep creating. They keep writing. And that is exactly what he did. Barry revealed that he has 4 long-time lyric collaborators he has continued working with, and together they created a new album he is genuinely proud of. In fact, he sounded almost amazed by it himself. He laughed that he had not made a pop album in so long he could barely remember the last time. For years, he was focused on concept records, Broadway material, big band projects, all kinds of ambitious musical directions. But at some point, something changed. He simply felt like writing again. He felt like recording again. So he pulled together a team, revisited songs he had quietly held onto for years, and started building something new. At the beginning, he said, there were around 30 possible songs for the project. Eventually, they narrowed it down and shaped it into the album he has now. And what makes this album special to him is its simplicity. Barry believes there is still an audience out there hungry for real melodies and real lyrics. Not tricks. Not noise. Not trends. Just songs people can feel and remember. And that is what he wanted this album to be. Strong melodies. Honest lyrics. And, as he proudly put it, he thinks he sounds pretty good on it too. One of the most emotional parts of this new chapter centers around the song Once Before I Go. Barry spoke about it with real affection. He said he has no regrets, and he is especially proud that at his age, he has managed to score a top 10 single. He joked that people who are 105 years old are not supposed to have top 10 hits, making the achievement feel even sweeter. But beyond the chart success, the song carries deep, personal meaning. Barry explained that Once Before I Go first came into his life years ago through his friend Peter Allen, who played it for him back when Barry was living in a small apartment in New York. He loved it immediately, but at the time, he felt too young to sing it. So he put it away. Then, years later, Clive Davis called him and asked if he knew the song. Barry said yes. Peter had once played it for him. Clive's response was simple. You should record that one. And once again, Clive was right. Barry recorded it, and the result has become one of the most moving songs of this stage of his life. What touched him most about the song is its message. He said he had never heard anything quite like it before, the idea of telling someone, "Once before I go, I want you to know that I have loved you all along." That message stayed with him from the very first time Peter Allen shared it, and it hit him all over again when Clive brought it back into his life. It is the kind of lyric that feels almost too honest, too real, and maybe that is exactly why it resonates so deeply now. Barry also reflected on how this album took shape over time. It was not made in the usual fast-moving cycle he had known for most of his career, where he would finish an album, go on the road, promote it, and then start all over again. This project unfolded differently. Life interrupted. Time passed. Other work happened. But through all of that, he kept writing songs. He kept collecting ideas. And eventually, he returned to them. He even admitted that he tried to understand modern pop trends before finishing the album. He listened to contemporary artists, including Billie Eilish, and gave today's music a real chance. He was not dismissive about it either. In fact, he said some of it was really not bad at all. But when he tried to write in that newer style, it just did not feel honest for him. It did not sound like Barry Manilow. So instead of chasing a trend, he went back to what he knows best. Writing songs with clear structure, real melody, a verse, a bridge, a chorus, and an emotional payoff people can sing back. That, to him, still matters. And honestly, that may be one of the reasons Barry has lasted so long. He understands melody at a deep level. He understands how to make people remember a song. He talked about growing up loving arrangers, those musicians who could take the same song and turn it into something unique for each artist. He mentioned legends like Nelson Riddle and Don Costa, and said that was the world he fell in love with. He wanted to be an arranger. He wanted to shape songs into a singer's own version. And he did exactly that, even working with stars like Bette Midler. Barry explained that when artists like the Beatles began writing more of their own material, arrangers slowly lost some of their spotlight. But the craft itself never stopped meaning something to him. He still loves songs people can sing back. He still loves melodies that stay with you. Even his years writing commercial jingles helped sharpen that instinct. In advertising, he said, you had just seconds to hook someone with a melody they would remember. That discipline stayed with him when he moved into pop songwriting. And yes, Barry even reflected on some of those famous jingles with a smile. I'm stuck on Band-Aid, 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. He helped create melodies that became part of everyday American life. He said he got paid only $500 for one of them, which sounded decent at the time, even if the tune ended up lasting for decades. That is Barry Manilow in a nutshell, a man whose music has been embedded in people's lives in more ways than many probably even realize. But maybe the most moving part of everything he said came near the end, when he spoke about what he truly wants his music to do. Barry said his goal has always been simple. Whether it is through a live show or through an album, he wants people to leave feeling better than when they came in. That is what he has always tried to give people. Comfort, warmth, joy, relief, a little light. And after everything he has been through, that purpose feels even more meaningful now. When asked what he would want his epitaph to be, Barry gave an answer that says everything about who he is. He said he would want it to read, "He made me feel good." And maybe that is the real legacy Barry Manilow is talking about here. Not just the hits, not just the albums, not just the sold-out shows, but the feeling he leaves behind. After a frightening health battle, after moments of doubt and sadness and physical frustration, Barry is still here. Still writing, still reflecting, still hoping to return stronger. And most importantly, still wanting to make people feel good. That is not just the story of a performer. That is the story of an artist who never stopped being exactly what he always said he was, a musician. And before we come to the end of this video, I just want to take a moment to say a very big thank you to all of you for watching. Your time truly means a lot. In a world where there are thousands of videos you could be watching right now, the fact that you chose to spend a few minutes here with me on Hajara Rama TV is something I truly appreciate. This channel continues to grow because of viewers like you. Every view, Every comment and every bit of support helps this community become stronger. And that's what makes creating these videos so rewarding. If you enjoyed this video, please take a quick moment to like the video, leave a comment below, and share it with your friends or anyone who might enjoy this content. Your interaction really helps the channel reach more people who love stories, entertainment, and updates just like you do. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Hajara Rama TV, and turn on the notification bell so you'll always be among the first to know when a new video is uploaded. There are many more exciting videos coming your way very soon, and I would love for you to be part of this journey as the channel continues to grow. I also enjoy hearing your thoughts, so feel free to drop your opinions, ideas, or suggestions in the comment section. Your voice matters here, and your feedback helps make Hajara Rama TV even better. Once again, thank you so much for watching and for being part of this amazing community. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, stay entertained, and keep watching Hajara Rama TV.